Audio Jungle.
Good evening, everyone. I'm your host, Dr. Anjum Qureshi, and I welcome you all for the Beyond Education series being organized by ITYM Group. Beyond Education, Inspiring Stories to Inspire World, is a unique talk show in which we will have interaction with people from different professions and different countries as well. Success is no accident. It is hard work, perseverance, learning, studying, sacrifice, and most of all, love of what you're doing or learning to do. Interaction with successful people helps us to analyze what steps they took and the decisions they made throughout their life in order to emulate them or to reach certain levels of success. Some stories are really inspirational and they do provide you with a desired level of motivation to set you on the path to success. Our guest speaker today is Dr. Raja Rao, a very talented person with enormous knowledge and a person with number of skills. I welcome you, sir, for the show. And before starting the interaction, I would like to introduce him. Well, he has a lot of achievements, but due to lack of time, I think I will be mentioning only a few of them. He is a chairman of Vishwa Humanity United International Royal Council. He is the founder of Telangana Kala Parishad. He is the founder of World Peace Commission, chairman of Global Child Mission. He is a World Peace campaigner, social activist, skills trainer, filmmaker, royal promoter of culture and arts. Some of the awards received by him, he has received National Award, Jahitya Kirti Puraskar from ex-CM and Governor Sri K. Rosaiya, National Excellency Award from Vice Chancellor, Telugu University, Hyderabad, Noble Order in Human Excellency by CBR India, Bangalore, honor by Government of Telangana and World Telugu Conference 2017. He has presided over eminent person of 2018 award ceremony of Global Culture USA, and he has also been awarded as Seva Ratna Award by Lions Club of India. So this was in short about you, sir, but we have much more to interact with you. Once again, I welcome you, and let's start with the interaction. Well, when I was reading your profile, one thing I was found that you were a professor in English, and you have worked for something like 15 to 16 years in the teaching profession. And how did this transformation take place from teaching profession to the founder and CEO of so many organizations? And in fact, you are handling a lot of organizations. So how did it happen, sir?
Thank you, Excellency, ma'am. First of all, thank you for the a beautiful introduction because I'm feeling it's my privilege. When you are reading all these, I felt very happy. Thank you so much for the beautiful introduction. And second one, IDYM, Ravishankar brother. Thank you, brother. Thank you for inviting me to this beautiful program, naming it as Beyond Education. That's a title itself is a crazy title because people want to know what it is there beyond the education, beyond this universe, beyond the life. Really, such titles gives us goosebumps when we listen to the title. The title can give us a good positive vibrations. Thank you, brother, naming such a good event and all the IDYM team. Thank you so much for making this program. And Anju ma'am, the wonderful question to start this program. Thank you so much for this beautiful question because that is also going to be a self-introduction like that. Thank you. From something like riches to rags or rags to riches, something like that, from professor to the chairman, something like that. Really, I feel it's a honor to describe my journey the initial stages. Actually, I was a professor in English, associate professor in English in reputed engineering colleges in and around Khammam. So that was my place. I worked nearly 15 years in teaching profession. That's going good. Actually, I wanted to be an artist in because when I was a child, I was a stage artist. So I wanted to do some acting programs or something like that. So that's my motto. So I had this idea when I was a child, but I have forgotten all these because I'm thinking that I think I can't because I cannot do as an individual. That is my motto till I reach 30 plus. So I didn't think of anything doing outside my teaching profession till 2015. Till 2015, that's the journey. So complete dedicated myself to teaching. But you know what happened in 2015? There was a movie that released in 2016. I have been thinking of doing something in 2015 because people have huge expectations on me. When I was sewing in the beginning of 2000, people thought of me that he is going to be that, he is going to be this. So they have so many speculations on me when I was sewing. But you know, I adapted with my teaching. I compromised with my life, just going to college and coming back. That's my life. That's all. But in 2015, everything is reminding me, actually, you are something else, but you are fixed here. Why it is happening? Something like that. Such type of thoughts are there in my mind. So you know what happened in 2016. I happened to see a Sultan movie. So where Salman Khan, the hero, starts his second innings with a fight uh, when he was criticized by his mentor as a dead person. He fights back. He fights back in that movie and he proves in his second innings. So when Salman can do it in a movie, why can't we make it in a real life? So really, that movie in 2000, actually, I have been thinking since 2015 because whatever my childhood, because I seriously think that people won't survive after 50. Of course, people will survive till 100. That is different. But I think that our lives ends at 50. So whatever the responsibilities we have to, because for this I kept it myself. After reading the lesson, 3 days to see. There is a lesson in my childhood that is 3 days to see, where a blind lady, so much inspirational lady, she sets a target. She sets a target. If she could have 3 days to see what she could see, first day, second day, third day, such a way she plans, and in these 3 days she completes her life. Such a way I set it that our life ends at 50 years. So we have to complete whatever the task we have in our mind by the year we reach 50. If we continue beyond 50, that is a bonus. I feel so in such a way. So many people ask me that why are you rushing this and that, and why are you doing all these so many questions I face, but I don't reveal it to anyone. But when it is an interview, so that's why I'm telling. So I think that by 50, whatever we want to do by 50, we have to complete it. And after 50, if we have anything, that is a bonus. That's a God blessing given by God to do something else for humanity. I feel so. So anyway, after 2015, there is a transformation in my life because I was forced to change my profession. So instead of changing one college to other college, so let's better change what I have in my mind. I have to make it as my profession. That's my thought. And so my childhood dream is to make movies, make short films, do some cultural programs. So I started Telangana Kala Parishad after watching that movie, Sultan. I registered just within 10 or 15 days of watching that movie. I registered the organization first. I didn't think of anything because we may lose if we give a gap, we may lose that thought. So I immediately, to promote culture, I set it up culture for world peace. In the 2016, I said culture for world peace. And we started the journey, and it was a great success. In the beginning, of course, there are so many people who criticized us. It won't last long. There are so many years. Now, even today, there are so many people who say that he started the organization, they ended it within 1 or 2 years. People say so, but that's not. Telangana Kala Parishad is the mother of my Royal Council. That is an international organization. Today, we have 50 plus nations. We have international network with the governments. That is because of Telangana Kala Parishad. So they don't know that, but they criticize. Anyway, there are always critics. They criticize, no problem. But still, we are going the journey. But we feel it's a privilege and honor, because when such interviews are going on, when you ask me the questions or when you introduce me, then I feel very happy, because we feel that we are on the right track. This interview gives me that, because you are asking me that beyond education, something else beyond education. So it's our lives, our experiences. So when my experiences are considered on such a great platform, really I feel that I am on a good track. So there is a movie which is caused by transition from teaching field to this field. Of course, I'm very happy. Of course, there are many people who criticize me even today, because we never ever think of these critics, because they're always there to criticize. If you do this, they criticize. If you do that, they criticize. But we have to go on whatever our mind says. So because our mind says what is in our heart, because it knows, because I feel that I have to enjoy what I am doing. So we got succeeded, and we are going in. It's really helping the humanity in our own style. Really, that's so great. And we did it. Thank you. Thank you so much for asking me. But you are muted.
Now it's okay. Thanks. Okay. So we should be following our passion. Always we should be following, and very beautiful thought. Like our life, we should be setting it till 50 as if we are living till there. And the transformation that you had by seeing a film, and you were telling that there were a lot of criticism, and obviously in India somewhere we think of the normal plan, like going, you should be having a job, you go at 10 o'clock and come at 5 o'clock, and so forth. And when we try to do something different, so we have to face. You were telling about criticism, but there must be many more challenges, because though you may be successful now, but you must have faced so many obstacles, so many challenges. So what were those challenges?
The challenges, actually, the challenges here are very funny, because the moment we face the challenge, it looks like a devil. When we face the challenges, we think that it will kill us. It is the devil which can kill us. We think that. But after solving that problem, it seems to be ridiculous. I have been feeling sorry for the thing which I can handle it very easily. It looks like very comedy. So actually, I faced so many challenges since 2016, so many obstacles in my path. But when I look back, they are nothing. So they seem to be comedy. They seem to be a joke. So present challenges, present hurdles, whatever the struggles, whatever the obstacles that are there in the present, but tomorrow they look like some ridiculous thing. So actually, there are so many challenges. There are so many challenges. Almost they kill us psychologically, not physically, because these challenges won't kill us physically, but they kill us psychologically. Of course, there are so many moments, because I lost so many people in this journey. Of course, I got so many people in different way. In international arena, I got thousands of friends. That is a different. But the people, those who are close to us, actually, I think that our strength is not money. The strength of a human being is not money. Of course, the present scenario in the society is they calculate your strength based on your money. They calculate your reputation based on your money. Because in the present market, we can buy anything with money. So that's what they thought. But I feel that the strength is the people, those who are around us. So such beautiful people I have before 2015. But when the struggle starts, when the journey starts, people think that it is an utterly failure. It is an utterly failure. So let us better avoid him. So there are so many people who avoided. But after our success, they wanted to come back. This is generally happens. But once we see the people who fooled us in our struggles, of course, by word we say we can accept you, no problem, we are friends. That's what we say. But our heart says, our heart intentionally makes others to maintain that gap. But whatever the thing, The challenges I face losing people, because there are so many people before 2015 or 2016, those who are close to us, but timing they went out. But still, I feel that vacuum. This is the biggest challenge, because once we have people with us, we never ever see any constraint as a problem. So I feel having people, good people, is the strength. But today, if you see, I can have hundreds of people. Actually, we didn't see the people. I only see only few people, but there are so many people outside this world. It used to be a small world, but now it is a bigger world, bigger realm. Many people, they can do anything for me. So such a network I have present. But anyway, once we set to aim for a bigger things, the challenges will come. In our first meeting, there are people who laughed at me the moment I said that we wanted to take the issues to the government. We wanted to meet the chief minister, something like that. I said in the first meeting, I said my vision. I said my vision, mission. Some people laughed at me and they ridiculed me, saying that, can you meet chief minister? First you meet our MLA. First you meet our MLA and come back to and teach us. I said that I will meet the president of India. He's the biggest person in India. I'll meet the president of India. Within 3 years span, I received an invitation from president of India. Really, if we have focus, we have vision, we have mission properly, then seriously we can achieve. But the thing is, when people are starting NGOs and they are living in the middle when they face challenges, this is what happening in the present, but it's not like that. If you have guts, if you have a vision, mission, then we can achieve anything in this world. So I said world peace. What is the world peace with culture? So people think that what can culture do with world peace? But then Prime Minister in 2017, Theresa May, sent us a letter appreciating our concept that cultures can bring all nations together, appreciating our idea of bringing cultures can bring all nations together. So even United Nations also sent us an appreciation. So these appreciations, of course, I'm again repeating that problems are always there, challenges are always there. But yesterday problem, today a comedy. So we think that it's nothing today, but yesterday it is a big problem. So problems never be a problem. Problems become jokes. So we have to take it in a lighter manner and we have to move on. Thank you. Thank you.
It's all about how we handle those problems, because problems doesn't give us actually what to say.
Yes,
Like
yes.
any kind of disturb. The problems don't disturb us, but how we handle those problems actually changes the life.
Yes.
That is more important. And as you were talking about your interaction with president, I think not only president, but you had a chance to interact with vice president and many other
Yes,
ministers from central ministry and all. So how was that experience, sir? How did you get that chance, and how was it interacting with people like president, vice president, and how
yes.
it helped in your career?
Actually, I do one thing whenever I do a campaign. First, I send it to governments. We did so many campaigns, cultural campaigns. We used to do cultural campaigns. For example, we did a campaign for all for Kerala. That is for Kerala floods when it happened in 2018, I think. So we sent them a souvenir. We did this in Telangana. So the chief minister sent us an invitation because they were in struggle. They were in struggle. So here we created an awareness. Of course, everyone knows that Kerala floods in 2018 or 19 because it was a very horrible thing at that period. So everyone knows, all are doing their part. We did a cultural campaign, Kala Jatara, all for Kerala. For Kala Jatara, we bring all the artists and we created some awareness. It's a small program, actually, 3-day program in Khammam. Small program, but big impact because of media and all other things. Of course, we got big impact and we sent the same, that media visuals and the photographs and all to, we prepared a souvenir, a book, and we sent it to the chief minister. And within 15 days or 1 month, we received an invitation from Kerala chief minister saying that as a chief minister has invited you to attend a meeting with them. So really, I felt very happy. So of course, not only that, I was invited by so many governors and central ministers. So actually what we do is we send souvenirs. We prepare a program souvenir after completion, and what we do, what we did, and what is the result, and how it is going to affect. So why should we do such type of program? Such a way, we prepare a small book and we send it to governments. So usually after seeing those Saudis, if they get impressed, they will call us first of all. They will call us and they will inquire about the things that they want to know. And if they think if it is suitable to government or it can be benefited to government to implement in some other areas, like we have planned for Save Farmer. We started a Save Farmer campaign and Vision India campaign. Save Farmer for farmers and Vision India for youngsters unemployment. These two campaigns are attracted by so many governors, so many states, central ministers, even our President of India and Vice President of India. They invited us to discuss about these and they encouraged us to implement and they said that government also in our journey will support such a way. So when we are doing right things to help people, it may be farmers or it may be youth or it may be helpless people or needy people, really all will come in our path. All will come in our path. If you see the movie Om Shanti Om, really, ever since I was a child, I was fascinated with movies because there is a huge impact of movies on my life because I wanted to make movies. I wanted to become a filmmaker actually. Of course, I made so many short films, of course, not many, but short films. I made short films. I wanted to make a feature film. I purchased a 4K camera and all setup I had got, but I didn't make because of my busy schedules, but I will do it. It's my dream. It's my dream to make some movies. I'll do that. It may not be a big movie, but I'll do it because it's my dream to make some. So anyway, if we plan something and if we start our journey, if we go with our grit and determination, and nobody will stop us. That movie Om Shanti Om says that that hero says that the world will conspire. If you have something in your mind strongly, he says in Hindi in a poetic manner. I don't know exactly what he said, the dialogue, but he says that if you have something in your mind strongly, the world will conspire to achieve what you have in your mind. The dream, your dream will be achieved. The universe will help you. The universe will help you. So my journey is something like that because I thought something bigger. I thought something bigger. So many people will come and say that, did you do this? Do you do this? Can you do this? I have so many questions. Of course, sometimes I also think like that. But, that I believe that if you have something in your mind strongly, the world will conspire you to achieve your dream. So the thing is, we have to put wholeheartedly towards the dream or whatever the aim that we have, then everything will happen in right way. That is beyond education because no one will teach us in the classroom that if you have something in your mind strongly, the world will conspire you. It won't be in education, but it will be in our life, in our personal lives, in our experiences. Is that happened? That has been happening. Still like this. I trust that. Thank you.
Principle, how we present it sometimes. It matters a lot. And I think just because of that, your great presentation skills that you have got to a chance to interact with so many governors and so many ministers. And so you said that you are very impacted by the film. Films has left a huge impact on you. And you have made some short films also, some documentary films, I think. So how was that experience and what all were the titles of your film or titles of your film and what topic did you try to expose in this film?
Actually, these short films are not such great films. Actually, they are just a big. Yes, it's a Raktadanam, blood donation. The short film is about blood donation, Raktadanam, Bangar Telangana. It's about Telangana and its struggle. And Gunde Chappudu, it's about heart donation. Nagnapagalu, it is about a broken person's memories. So whatever I made, it's with a small message. It's about blood donation, organ donation, and a broken person's memory. And Telangana, whatever we take, it's a child rights we did, and there are so many others and other documentaries. Okay, they are actually not that much impacted movies, but we got 2 or 3 international screenings. So naturally, what happens is we get some reputation. So my picture used to be displayed on the newspapers saying that his picture is selected to this festival, that festival. So in those days, it was a big achievement. So now I feel that it is a trivial, but in those days, getting. But anyway, I feel that I sent some message through these short films because I like that Raktadanam short film because that was neatly presented. It's a 5 or 6 minute short film. It's a neatly presented. There are two eminent characters. He's Sharath is a film actor, and that heroine also film actress. So some good actors are there. Even in Gunde Chappudu also same. The people who acted in films, they portrayed the same characters. So such a way we did some challenges and challenging projects, and we got good fame. But in those days, they helped us. But if we look back, they look like very amateur films. But anyway, amateur or whatever it may be, they helped us to be what we are today. Because in those days, they are the stepping stones for our success. So we should not humiliate this project. I do not mean that, but they are the steps. They are the steps. But I can assure that in future I make really better projects because if I can spend some time, I can do better projects. But nowadays I am teaching my kids to do that. They are doing the short films, fun buckets. They are also doing some message-oriented films. That's why I feel very happy. Thank you. I'm doing all these. That's because when I was a child, I was an actor. So just to continue that, we made short films. That's all. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
That is again your passion. And you say short films are actually, they come with a message. In a short time, they give a very big message sometimes because I have been a part of documentary films. I have worked with UNICEF consultants. So it is really a great experience working for short films. We say that it is just a 5 minute, we make it for some 5-10 minutes, but we have to work for days even for that.
Yes, yes.
It has again a lot of hard work, though it is a short film. Yes, sir. And one more question, like when I was reading your resume, sir, about Global Child Mission, something that suddenly it struck my mind. What is that Global Child Mission? Because child and global.
Yes.
So
Global Child Mission is it's about my kids. Actually, I don't have idea to start that Global Child Mission India. Actually, I don't do any activity on behalf of Global Child Mission India because I have given it to my kids. I have two sons, Prince and Jason. They look after the things with the Global Child Mission India. Actually, once my elder son was disappointed with their relatives, saying that they humiliated me, or something like that. Quote, he comes to me and said that they did to me. I felt very sad. It's what he said. I told him that you want to be appreciated. If you expect this, you wanted to be appreciated by these people, it won't happen. But if you determine something, I'll make you to be appreciated by the world. That's what I said. I can do it. I can do it easy. Okay. If you say it strongly, I'll do it. So I registered this organization, Global Child Mission India, to encourage my kids. Ever since I started this, actually, I didn't do any program, but I support them. I supported my kids and my brother's kids to do some activities, and they are doing successfully. I look after Telangana Kala Parishad. I look after United International Royal Council. I look after World Peace Commission because these are my major concerns. These are my major areas to work on peace. My ambition and aim is to achieve peace, world peace. So it's a long way, but anyway, that's my way. But this Global Child Mission is to encourage kids, children. But the advantage with the Global Child Mission India is compared to my network, my son's network is bigger. My elder son has a huge network and a huge fan following because his ideas are different, his programs are different. They have time, they can do anything, they can think, and so they are doing in a brisk manner, and he is getting so many attention and so many followers, friends, network. Even IDYM also made him an ambassador. So he felt very happy always by seeing that post, that flyer. So such a way, this Global Child Mission is going good manner. I wanted to support the youngsters. So, but I can assure that in future, it is going to be a great platform because nowadays they are rising. Once they complete, my son complete 10th class, he would do many projects in national and international arena because so far they completely focused on virtual programs and a few local programs. But certainly in future, we do many programs for children in coming days. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And we hope that your dreams be fulfilled and your son achieves what he wants. Answer, you're also a mentor of change for the Niti Aayog, Government of India, Atal Innovation Mission. That is again a flagship program by the government where it encourages innovation and entrepreneurship, and something that is my area of interest, because I also work in that, encouraging innovation and entrepreneurship among the students always. So, sir, how was this experience? How do you motivate your students for entrepreneurship and innovation?
Thank you for asking this question. Actually, I feel that I am not doing 100% justice to this role, but I felt very happy the moment I received that congratulatory letter from Government of India. Of course, it is a voluntary program. It's not a paid program, voluntary program. Anyone can join this with a postgraduate qualification. There is an online link, and anyone can join and anyone can apply. So it's open for all. With good communication skills, government is encouraging everyone to take part to serve students fraternity. And I opted 3 schools from this project. Actually, these when I opted, I thought that these 3 schools are my nearby schools. Actually, there is a name called SFS school. There is an SFS school in Kamam who is my friend. The principal is my friend. So I felt that, okay, it's very close to me. I can go every weekend. I can take. But after selecting all these 3 schools, you know what happened? Each school has a 50 kilometers distance from my place. So, so this was the gaps that created. But anyway, I am taking classes, but the students are. I'm feeling that 2015, because I used to spend my time most of the time with students. Then again, I continued my sessions as a freelance soft skills trainer. But in pandemic, it happened to stop all these classes. But we resumed again. It's going anyway. But teaching to students 8th, 9th, 10th, it's really great. It's really great. I felt very happy because when I am interacting with these 8th, 9th students, they're so matured. Because when I was in 8th or 10th class, we don't know anything about this world. But in the present scenario, the 8th, 9th, 10th students, they are thinking of their future. When I am interacting with them to teach that those entrepreneur skills, really, instead of teaching, just we are sharing our ideas. I ask students to go beyond your imaginations and beyond your creativity, beyond your just to have some out of box thinking. Such a way, when we are discussing, they are coming with some exceptional ideas, and they have fear towards their future. When one has a respect or fear towards their future, certainly they can achieve anything. Really, these generation people are fantastic. Really, I feel that I would be in this generation. When I am interacting with these kids, really, I feel that I should be in this generation so that I can achieve many milestones. Such a way I am thinking. That's a tremendous, and government is doing wonderful job. That's a fantastic. The idea is fantastic because it's about making scientists. Because our education system is something like by hearting road, and something we recite each and everything. Such a way we are heading towards. But when we have Atal Tinker mission, such projects come, students think, students design projects, students become scientists, students become entrepreneurs, students become business people. So students can become anything, because our education helps us to get marks, but it won't help us to do something. So that's very pathetic. But I appreciated this system and I felt very happy. And in coming days, I wanted to do my 100% contribution towards this, but I'll do that. Thank you.
Yes, that is very interesting field, sir. And encouraging the students. Like in colleges, we have Institute Innovation Council and National Innovation and Startup Policies. We work on the same area. That is again very interesting. And so recalling, like you have worked as educator, and still now you are somewhere related to again to education. So there are so many of digital education companies which are coming up. So how do you think they will have an impact on the present education scenario in India?
Is really last 1 month I happened to attend one 3-day exhibition at Bangalore. It's a completely digital education. It's a completely digital education. Really, if our institutions can adopt such education system into our education, really that's wonderful. Because I happen to listen to the people of Poland. Poland, there are teachers, there are trainers from Poland. They are describing their education system. They are saying that we don't have any curriculum. We design something. Government never ever ask anything else. They trust us. They are talking about their education system very, I don't know what it is, but such a way they are saying that here school is very serious to us. Here school is very serious to us, but they are describing their school system like it's a sports, because we don't have any curriculum, we don't have any restrictions from government, because they trust us. Once we start our institution, they trust us, and we do this thing, that thing, this thing, that thing. So such a way, they are describing their education system. Even with the education system, they are achieving so many milestones. But if you see our education system, we have the rules, we have the syllabus, we have the rules, restrictions. But you know what happens is, our education system, there are two approaches: hands-on approach, hands-off approach. Okay, so some education will help us to gain some knowledge, but not for practical implementation. So this is the problem that we are facing today. For example, a person completes BTech with Triple E. A person completes BTech with Triple E, electrical engineering. A person completes ITI with the electrical background, specialization. But a person who didn't study, but he has the practice, he can do any work if he have been given, if he is being given. But you know what happens with this ITI, this BTech person? They have so much of knowledge. They can talk about the transformers. They can talk about the industries. They can say everything. But if you ask to, can you switch on this light? I have something problem, but they can't. So there is some gap. We don't say that our students don't have skills. It's not like that. But we are lagging in some area. That's a practical area. Hands-on and hands-off, these two are not coordinating to each other. So practical experience is missing here. So when we have digital education, really, you know what happens in digital education? Even if you cannot give a practical education, but if you have a digital education, nowadays that virtual world is coming. We can implement even in schools, so they can go and see, they can experience all these. If schools cannot provide all the practical knowledge to into students, at least if they have this virtual technology, digital technology, then students can travel into that. Students can go into NASA, students can go into KTPS, students can go into NTPS, students can go anywhere, because this can happen in the classroom now. That's why. So I happen to see there are hundreds of digital education background technology presented at that exhibition. I studied that, and I prepared notes, and I received all the certificates. And so it's all happened. Okay, good. But the thing is, how far we are implementing. Of course, for exhibition we have everything, but for implementation, I hope that in coming days we have a new education system. I don't know whether it takes us to go back, or it takes to move forward. I don't know what happens, but I think that some good things will happen. I hope that some good things will happen. So those good things will lead to this digital education, because nowadays we cannot say that literacy is learning ABCDs. It's not. It's a digital literacy is very important, so that students can be empowered. That's.
The digital education companies that are working, and some of them in India also, they are working very well, and they have good kind of softwares, because this I actually discovered during the pandemic, because my daughters, they didn't have anything to do, so they were like, what to do now, how to learn. So at that time, I just came across some of the platforms that are going on, and they work very well, and the method of teaching they are using, it's really good. And I hope in future, if we have such kind of technologies, if we are able to use in school also, because the curriculum that we have in school, sometimes it is not it is not possible for the teachers. So much of work pressure is there, it is not possible to implement everything during the classes. And just one more of your achievements. You have your name registered in Cultural Book of Records of India and Telugu Book of World Records. So what was that, sir?
Yes, actually, this is the starting. This is the starting encouragement that I received. We started Telangana Kala Parishad in 2016, and we planned our first program in the month of March in 2017. Big program. We did small programs, but it's different. We planned a big program, a huge program with cultural programs and all these. And we have thought of bringing 100 cultural performers, 100 cultural activists from different backgrounds, different cultural arts. We brought forward on one platform. Apart from their performances, we felicitated them and we honored with Telangana Award. So, felicitating 100 persons with their performances, in those days it considered as a record, and we did it as of course we don't think that we get a record, but it was appreciated as a record. And Cultural Book of Records India, they invited us to Bangalore. They felicitated us, and in Tirupati, Telugu Book of Records, that is also a cultural program held in Tirupati, and they invited us, and that was beautiful. And we were felicitated by them, and it's great to participate. But these records are in the beginning. In the beginning, they encouraged us, motivated us, and made us that we can do anything. If we have good idea in our mind, we can do anything. Even big program, we can do that. Such a way we planned, and we did it. And these two things, Cultural Book of Records India and Telugu Book of Records, they encouraged us, because in those days, receiving an award and reading our news in paper, it's a big thing, big achievement that happened. And with these recognitions, we were invited by government of Telangana. Our advisor, Telangana advisor, invited us, and he also appreciated our efforts. That's right. Thank you.
Small, not big. An achievement is an achievement always. And getting registered and like book of records, and that was again a very big thing. Because when we look back, actually, we feel that it was a very small thing, because
Yes, yes.
after 5 years and
Yes.
after 10 years, we achieve more. So
Yesterday problem is today joke. Yesterday achievement is today nothing.
Yeah.
So that's what. So still we have to do something else to achieve. We have to achieve more.
Yeah, we always have to achieve more. Like as a child, when we start writing ABCD, it is an achievement for us. And as we grow up, achieving a graduation degree and then post graduation and then PhD, that becomes an achievement for us. But at a small age, even writing a single alphabet is an achievement. So achievements are always
Yes.
achievements. And
Thank you.
one more question, sir. Like, of course, you are a trainer, and you must have given so much of training on soft skills, different types of soft skills. But the kind of work you're doing, somewhere I think some of the qualities like leadership skills, time management, dedication, this has to be always there. So how do you manage all this? So many of activities at a time.
I don't know how do I do this even today, because the thing is, it's a big. I am lagging behind because of stress. Actually, I have many things to do in my mind, but there are some problems with my mind. That's a huge stress. I take to do a 1 day complete work. I take 4 or 5 days rest. It's not rest. Thinking how I can do this in the best way. So such a way I think and I plan something. On 6th day or on 7th day, I come to a conclusion and I do the task. But the task would help me to gain a reputation for years together. So such a way I'll work. I'll take rest, because that is the stress factor. Because my thing is to write. I'm a good writer, because no one knows it, because I'm not writing now. Other 2 or 3 books, that's a different, but it didn't have much impact. But I have written. That's a different. But nowadays I am not writing, even though I have time. That is because of the stress factor. Because even I have my mind to make films, write books. So many things are there to complete, but stress, because I set my goal as a world peace. And there is a war is going on with Russia and Ukraine. There are many other things are going on. So my thing is communicating with these people, because you know what happens with the national leaders, they won't come to us and answer us. But anyway, I got two answers from Russian government, and one is from Ukraine. Still, I am working on that. I don't know whether I achieve it or not, but my goal is aiming world peace. So when the war is going on, what I am doing? Even today, I am interacting with so many universities. Last time for our World Peace Summit, I brought 20 or 30 international universities as a support. But this time I'm planning nearly 100 universities. This time I'm planning nearly 50 government support. So such a big, we have big plans. You know, when we have big plans with communicating with governments, communicating with international universities, presidents, yeah, actually they don't give appointments, but still I'm trying. But last time I succeeded, and this time we are doing it triple and fourth, fifth, 4 or 5 times better program. This time we are planning, and we started working. So all these things are going. When all these things are happening, writing books, making films, and other things seems to be very trivial things. But after a few days going back, after going forward, when I look back, at the time I have some gap, I would have completed this book, because I would have completed this book. I would have completed this project. Such a way, I feel very sad. But anyway, you know what happening with my soft skills? I am surviving because of my skills. I am surviving because of my skills, because there is a stress factor on my head, something like the sky is crashing to earth. It seems to be like that sometimes. But you know, the thing is, I can handle it very easily by watching the, you know, puppies, dogs, kids, and cats. We believe it, we take it as a funny, but you know, if you watch the funny videos of kids, funny videos of cats, funny videos of dogs, because they are the stress busters. They are the, you know, whenever I watch it, these people think that you are doing a ridiculous thing. They say so, but I don't do that, because it's like a medicine for me. Because if I watch it 10 minutes or 20 minutes, I can work hours together. I can work hours together, because they are innocent faces. Those dogs are those kittens, those cats, those small kids. Really, they are the stress busters, and they gives us, because they are very innocent. They look us like this. They look at us like this, very innocent faces. They ask us to help. When we see that these, when these small things have such a valuable life, what about our human beings who are crushed in the war? So such a way we think, and let's fight back, and I keep on doing my task. That's all. But you know, as we are discussing today, there will be a time in future what I did will be considered. So then we'll remind this 2022 November 13. Yes, in that meeting we discussed about that future goal. I hope that certainly that day come, because in 2015 I didn't think that this day will come. Okay, but this day has come, and there was a great woman, Anjum Qureshi ma'am. There is a great organization, Idym. These both have conspired to invite me to conduct a program. There is an interview, beautiful introduction, and all these are going because we are doing our best. So when we are helping others, it may be human beings or animals, whatever it may be, if we are start helping others, then automatically the world will conspire again, and suddenly we achieve our ambition. Thank you, Excellency. So my soft skills nowadays not teaching to students. I am not at all teaching students, because it used to be a small task to teach 5 hours or 6 hours together, because even I don't need any preparation. But you know what happens today? If I take 30 minutes continuous class, I forget what I have taught before that 30 minutes. So I have to maintain a paper or something in front of me so that I can continue. Otherwise, I won't. So, but anyway, soft skills, because for coming to students, soft skills can make their lives. Soft skills, without soft skills, it will break their lives. So everyone should possess their life. Everyone should possess these skills. Otherwise, they won't survive. Because if you see a person without any makeup or grooming, we won't accept. If you don't brush in the morning, you are a good person. You have so many achievements. You have money and everything. But if you don't brush in the morning, First of all, they will tell you that first you go and wash your face and then come. So soft skills are something like that. If you have n number of hard skills, subject skills, domain skills, that's so great. But you have to project them in an acceptable manner. So that is only possible when you are equipped with good soft skills. So without soft skills, we can't achieve anything. So we can see that the bride and groom in their wedding, they will appear in the best manner. You know why? Of course, they're always best. But why they are? So such a way interview is also equal to a wedding. Show your best. Show your best and appear in your best way. Appear in a professional way. Have that professional etiquette, courtesy. Then you can see wonderful results in your lives, because soft skills will decide our fate, future, career, and everything. But soft skills in the present scenario, they are my survival skills. I am surviving because of the skills. Thank you so much.
Actually, everyone is surviving because of the soft skills. And sir, like you were telling that you were very much inspired by films. You talked about Film Sultan and the Om Shanti Om. But still, when we are in life, we are achieving something. We all have some role models. There are people in our life who inspire. So who were your role models, sir?
Yes. I have so many role models, but it depends on place to place, situation to situation. So something like that, not one person, but because if you go to movies, I adored the hero Suman. I don't know why. In those days, all my friends used to venerate Chiranjeevi at the time. But when I was a child, I know this hero Suman. I started adoring him. We don't know why some people become our favorite person or adorable person, but this happened with Suman as in cultural field. I used to have a dream that one day when I become older or when I become elder, there will be a day when I sit with my favorite hero Suman, and I can share the struggles I faced when I was a child because of because of his fan. So really that happened 3 or 4 years back. I was invited to a movie launch program as a guest, and in the same program, he is the chief guest. I was a guest, and he is the chief guest. And in that day, I was given a speech, and I have given a speech about my childhood experiences, because he was my role model at that time. Because he looks handsome, he will do fantastic fights and dance and everything. So that's why. So all my friends are Chiranjeevi fans. So they started hating me. So that's what I. So he came to me and he hugged me. We have a photo together. And told him that in my life wish bucket list, one thing is fulfilled. Thank you so much. I said him. Then there comes Junior India. Actually, these people are not my role models. Role models are different. But the people who I adored all my life, because without any reason, actually there is nothing. I liked him. I liked Junior India, and I lost all my friends because again same. There is a mega family and there is a war. So I lost my. Even then I accepted it and my journey is going on. But these two people I set as a personal it's not role model, but people whom I adore, my favorite heroes. So there is some inspiration from them I receive. But coming to role models, it's a different factor. But there are so many people. For example, Abdul Kalam. I like all scientists. I don't know why. If he is a scientist, that's all. I don't want anything. If he is a scientist, I like him so much. I read a lot about Professor M.S. Swaminathan when I was a child. It may be from newspapers or it may be from books, whatever it may be. But as we are doing that Save Farmer campaign, he invited us to his research institute. So I felt very happy by seeing that great scientist. So any scientist, because I thought that in my childhood, I thought of becoming a scientist. I hope so, but I didn't do that. So I started encouraging my kids, because the day they were born, I keep on telling them that you are a scientist. You are a scientist. I planted seeds into my two sons mind. So if somebody asks, what will you become when you, so they'll say, instantly they will say scientist. Instantly my kids say, I wanted to become a scientist. So I injected into the, I don't know their interest actually when they were born, but I started because I felt that the job of a scientist is so much greater compared to any politician. So that's my thing. So uh, if I set a role model, any scientist, because scientists are doing wonderful jobs. They are the, today all these are happening because of scientists like us. So I know scientists. After these two, I like these two people personally. But when it comes to role models, if he's a scientist, if he's doing something good, he's my. So that's what. To name someone, it's Abdul Kalam, because uh, the world adores him. Abdul Kalam, not just me, the world adores such a great leader. I like him so much. Thank you.
You already said you're working for world peace, and you have already discussed about some of the goals in future. But still, any more future goals that you think that you should be achieving in next 5 years?
So it's about world peace. It's about world peace because when I was a kid, there was a lesson about United Nations. I came to know that this is the biggest institution that can make the world a better place. That is working for world peace. So, knowingly or unknowingly, I said when I was a child as a world peace. It should be good. It sounds good. It looks good, and the thing good. So, when I was a child, when we built a new house, our house name also Home of Peace. Peace. So, we have grown up like that. So just peace, 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 something like that. So there is a bond with. Then we started a institution that is called Home. We started a NGO that is called Home of Peace Society. That is in the beginning of 2000. That's, of course, that was run by my brother. I was also a part of that. Home of Peace Society. Home of Peace is my home name. So peace, 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 peace. It has come. So of course, world peace is there in my mind in, because I think that it is the biggest work anyone can do. And I think that it is an individual responsibility. So everyone has to take it as his own responsibility, so that somewhere the change will come. And it has my own theory. Of course, there will be a day in future after I getting recognized by some world leaders or some place in international arena, then the TEDx will invite us to share my view on world peace. Of course, at that time I certainly do that. But coming to in the 5 years, in coming my 5 years, of course, that would be end of my ambition. I hope so. Is I wanted to work for peace in future. If historians write about world peace, at least of course in history there will be n number of names. I wanted to get at least in one page my name should be mentioned. At one place, my name should be mentioned. So of course I achieve it or not, that is a different. But I keep on doing my work. And if an individual person, one person gets happiness, because let me give an example. In Georgia, in the year 2000, when pandemic hit the nations, we sent a letter to Georgia Prime Minister saying that these are the people who are suffering in this area, so it has to be settled immediately. And we sent a petition to the Georgia Prime Minister. Actually, the Georgia Prime Minister is nowhere concerned with us, but he immediately takes some action. He had taken some action and sent us a reply. What are the measures taken by him? So really, I felt very happy. Then I sent one petition to Amit Shah saying about migrants' struggle. Police people are started brutally beating those migrant workers. At the time, we sent through public grievance cell, because a public grievance cell, within minutes they received that registered petition. So they received it, and even one day they sent us that they are instructing all the police people that they won't beat, and they help them to reach their places. Such a way we receive. So whenever, even today, some places, some people are facing, when that oppressed people are facing struggles, we send some petition, and we'll get instantly call from them. and will receive what are the benefits that they get. So such a way. So what my feeling is, this world peace, my idea, of course, my world peace is not my idea. Generally, I'm saying that it is individual responsibility. So in my view, world peace, of course, it's everyone. But in my campaigns, as my concept, this world peace, if one person gets benefited, if not one person, if at least one puppy or one cat or one child, if one person gets benefited, that's enough. I think that I achieved my path. There are days we do our best to achieve peace, because we don't know anything about all these struggles, because the people, those who are in that areas, especially in the borders or war zones, really, we think that watching all these, if you see the movie Pearl Harbor, really it gives us goosebumps watching movies, killing, flights, and all these. But if you see the history of Japan, or if you see the people, those who are in those victims of Pearl Harbor, really both sides very pathetic, man-made disasters. So these things can be prevented. These things can be prevented and will be prevented. So, and we have, because if you see today, if something trends on Twitter, if one woman get injustice, if it gets trending on Twitter, you know what happens? Immediately government takes action. If something goes wrong and it gets trend on social media, immediately government takes action. So which means that government will notice when people have awareness. Nowadays, 1,250 rupees one gas cylinder. No one bothers. In future, it becomes 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. If you don't raise your voice, then middle class people, poor people, they won't live in this world. So the days will come. So when we raise our voice, if something injustice is happening, right? So we have to raise our voice. Then, of course, government is like our mother and father. Government is like our mother and father. We have every right. If you see, I might have sent nearly 500 grievance petitions to government. In the last 5 or 6 years, to the central government and state governments, I might have sent 500 grievances nearly, and 200 Right to Information Act petitions or letters. So I'm doing all these because I think that if something goes wrong in the society, it has to take it into the consideration of government, so that they can do some justice to people. So in such a way, I'm doing my best. See what will happen in the future. But after 5 years, we'll meet at somewhere, a program that will be conducted by Idym. Of course, they will conduct in USA and New York, and they invite us, and we'll go there and we'll meet in New York, and all people do celebrate Idym celebrations. And by the time Ravi Shankar brother will get married, and he will have 2 kids, and we all meet in New York, and we recall this memory. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing all your knowledge with us, and for such a wonderful interaction. And we hope that all your wishes come true. You're working for a very good cause, and hope that comes true in the future, and your future goals for 5 years, it will also come true. Thank you very much, sir. And with this, we come to the end of the session. And I thank the team of IDYN, and special thanks to Ravi sir and the team of IDYN, Zeenat ma'am, and Deenal, and all the team members of IDYN. Thank you very much. Thank you so much.